Alright guys, we are at Daytona. Finally got the opportunity to ride the BMW K1600. Was just passing by. We are at Oktoberfest. The name of the channel is Rich the Return Rider. Here it is guys, finally. Alright guys. Wow. Look at this, man. Alright guys, like I said, I am here at Daytona. These are the demo bikes from BMW. I was passing by and saw the demo rides for the BMW and the Suzuki lineup, and wasn't prepared to do this recording, so I'm doing a voiceover here. Forgive the background noise. But what you're looking at here, guys, is the BMW K1600 Grand America. Now, after doing my demo ride with the Challenger, I was also encouraged to get out and ride this motorcycle. Kind of a different delivery. For you guys that's here for the first time, thanks for tuning in. For all you guys that's return viewers, I appreciate you coming back. For all of you that have subscribed to the channel so far, I appreciate the support. For you folks that haven't yet subscribed, hit the subscribe button, man. This is my journey back into riding motorcycles after being away for 20 plus years. Motorcycle of choice getting back into riding was the Suzuki Boulevard M109R 2012, and have purchased, probably going on my second year now, the Honda Goldwing manual version 2019, and it has been an absolute blast. On this channel, guys, I talk about motorcycles, my journey back into riding, the approach that I'm taking when it comes to safety. As I'm talking about that, forgive the bare hands there without my gloves. I am wearing my jacket, helmet, motorcycle jeans, and I am also wearing some boots. Again, talking about safety on this channel, guys, is going to be one of the things that I'm doing, and it's one of the approaches that I'm taking getting back into riding to stay safe on the bike. But today, guys, we are out on a motorcycle that was suggested, since I am a performance guys, man, that I needed to take a ride on. I recently did a test ride with the Challenger, guys. The Twin is an absolute beast when it comes to the bagger world. But here, guys, we are taking it to another level when it comes to performance. This is a 800 plus pounds motorcycle with a flat 6 Boxster engine in it. BMW boasts the GTL and they 1600 motorcycles. This is 2022 October. They boast this motorcycle to have 160 horsepower with 133 foot-pounds of torque. Now, when I was a kid growing up, guys, these motors were 4-cylinders, 1600s, 1100s, 1200s, up to 2000 cc motors put in imports, and some of them even for racing. So here we are under 2,000 pounds with pretty much a car engine in this and stuff like the Honda Goldwing. And these motorcycles are absolute beasts. Now, guys, this is not going to be an all-on review of this motorcycle or Honda versus BMW. Cruiseman Garage has done that video, did an awesome job of it. I'm going to leave that link in the description below so you can go check that video out. But one of the videos that I was most fascinated with about this specific motorcycle was done by a guy, I think his name is Ian, from Big Rock Moto.
Name is Ian. You're
this
watching
guy
Big
is
Rock
showing
Moto,
the performance of this
so
motorcycle, guys. This 1600 plus cc motorcycle will blow the 1800 cc Honda Goldwing just clearly out the box. The performance on this thing is insane. The first thing I noticed when I started this motorcycle out, guys, is it did feel a little heavier than the Honda Goldwing, but I think the weight is approximately around the same. But the note when you first start this motorcycle out is Cruiseman Garage called it the note of a Formula One car. I thought more along the lines of that Porsche Carrera. The last time I was at Daytona Speedway, guys, was the IMSA 24-hour Daytona racing. And I'll tell you, man, this thing sounded like the Porsche turbos. It is just an awesome sound. The crazy thing about that is as the motorcycle get going, well, first of all, guys, like I said, this is a voiceover. This is coming from my GoPro. So forgive the wind noise in the back. I'm trying to give you a little bit of the note of the motorcycle, especially as it's idling and taking off. But when the motorcycle gets going, you don't hear much of the engine there. I guess I left enough space for this guy here to jump in front of me. I should have been a little bit closer to the pack, to the front. But anyway, that's my bad. But let's talk about this motorcycle and the performance that I'm feeling on the bike. This have to be like nothing else that I have test rode in the bagger class when it comes to motorcycle, guys. Absolutely crazy on the performance. I'm going to leave a link to that Big Rock Motor review on this K1600 Grand America, and someone that could really show you the joy in the performance of this bike, man. That guy did an awesome review. I got a thrill watching him ride this bike through the mountains as he's accelerating with it. Of course, the brakes on the BMW here is awesome, and so is the Honda Goldwing. But these big old heavy motorcycles, guys, the ability to stop them as fast as they can take off is just phenomenal. So now the other thing that I realized is what BMW has done here is this is a 6-speed, they call it the Shifter Pro Assist. And what it is, man, is I guess would be like a speed shifter on the motorcycle. Now you do need the clutch to engage the gears and to stop it. But once you get the bike going, guys, you can shift the motorcycle up through the sequential gearbox without using the clutch. And the first thing that I did that I wasn't quite comfortable with is the clunkiness of the motorcycle, especially between first and second. But one of the things that I was doing was I was releasing the throttle as I shift the motorcycle from first to second. And if you're doing that, guys, the shift is not going to be smooth as it should be. Now, it's not designed to be shift like that. This is a higher revving motorcycle than the Honda Goldwing. And as most of you guys know, or all of you guys know, when you're riding a manual, you can shift the motorcycle by releasing the throttle and shifting the motorcycle up without using the clutch. But this is a little different design. Like I said, it's kind of like a speed shifter. And I guess what's expected here for you to get that motorcycle smoothly into the gear is making sure that the RPMs is up on the motorcycle, and the motorcycle is kind of waiting for that gear. And if you shift it like that, guys, it's been smooth and seamless on the upshifts. Now on the downshifts, it seems like there's a little bit of an auto blip as you're going down through the gearbox. You know, I was kind of using a little bit of rev matching, and it was kind of an awkward feeling to do that. It's just simpler to just shift the motorcycle down and allow the motorcycle to do what it was designed to do, and that is just flip the throttle slightly as you're shifting down into the gears to keep the motorcycle steady. But guys, this is one of the best demo rides that I've been on. The roads they took us on, allowing us to get on the highway, leaning through the turns. Now, one of the things that I realized leaning through the turns is the bike felt a little unstable going through the turns. And I later realized that was due to me getting out the throttle as I was going into the turn. Again, instead of, keeping that maintenance throttle, kind of getting out the throttle and upsetting the chassis of the motorcycle. But once I figured that out, guys, it was actually pretty nice and smooth going into the turns. But did I say to you guys, this motorcycle is fast? Now, all of the bikes, the Honda Goldwing, the Harley Davidsons that I test rode, and the Challenger, the Indian Challenger, all feel for big, heavy motorcycles like they would do quite, they were pretty comfortable with me flicking the bike back and forth. These bikes all handle really well, especially for the size that they are. They're not sports bikes by any means, but definitely really nice handling motorcycles. Yeah, this bike is a blast. What the guy there to the left, one of the demo instructors, was talking to me about here was about whether I wanted to turn the radio on. At this point, I didn't care about the radio, man. I just really wanted to enjoy the performance and the ride of this motorcycle. I am so happy I got the opportunity to test ride the BMW. And I was always fascinated, guys, getting back into riding as to why people ride certain types of motorcycles, the adventure bikes, why the V-twin guys were so fascinated by the V-twins, all of the performance, the different stage kits that we are all adding to them. For the guys that rode like the boulevards and the sports bikes, the ECU Flash. And when it comes to it, guys, we all want performance. And at the end of the day, there's nothing wrong with that. They always say, man, you can drive a fast car slow, but you can't drive a slow car fast. So getting out and adding some performance to your bike, or buying something like this that seems to be a little bit of overkill when it comes to performance, is absolutely nothing wrong with it. This motorcycle hauls the mill. So, it's interesting, guys. I've done some videos. I've talked about the pros and the cons of the Honda Goldwing, some of the complaints that I've had with the Honda Goldwing. But I got to tell you, to date, guys, everybody is buying bikes that suits them. The bikes seem to be somewhat of a reflection or extension of our personalities. Why we purchase the motorcycles we purchase. But at the end of the day, man, it's all about enjoying the ride. So here, guys, we're getting ready to jump on the highway. It's me hitting the horn there as I was looking for the indicator to come over. And again, enjoying the acceleration, catching back up to the group there. We were told to come over in the middle lane because we're going to be going to about an exit before we get off the parkway. Now, Big Rock Moto did talk about one of the things that he didn't like about this motorcycle. He talked about the wandering of the motorcycle when it gets on the parkway, or when you're going straight at highway speeds. There seemed to be a wandering, or some kind of instability on the motorcycle, and it seemed to be isolated to the Grand America BMW, not the other brands. At this point, I didn't really feel it. I don't think I was concentrating on it until I watched his review on the motorcycle. So for that reason, I think this motorcycle was limited to probably about 100 miles per hour as the top speed. But on these bikes, guys, with the kind of torque this motorcycle have, I don't know if you're really looking to go much over 100 miles an hour. It seems to be how quick you can get up to speed as opposed to how fast you can go. And when it comes to that, man, this motorcycle is probably king of the baggers right now when it comes to performance. So we are heading back here now to the Speedway. I am having an absolute blast. Thank you guys for coming along. Please hit that like and subscribe button. If you guys are an owner of this motorcycle or that K1600, even the 1250 GT is another bike that I like to get out and ride. I do know a couple of people that own that motorcycle, and it's definitely their choice of motorcycle for whatever reason. But I would love to test ride as many bikes as I can on this journey back. Hear a little bit of the story of why people ride the motorcycles they ride. One of the guys in my comment section did brag about the difference in the fuel carrying capacity of the motorcycles. I think this thing holds up to 7 gallons, where the Honda Goldwing only holds like 5.6. So he does talk about the range that he can get out of the BMW as opposed to the Honda Goldwing. The other thing is here we're looking at, guys, is that display, that 10 1/4 inch, I think it is, display with that digital readout, the speedometer and so forth. I'm kind of digging that, even though I do like the Honda Goldwing display with the analog, display. This motorcycle does not offer Apple CarPlay, but there is an interface for you to hook your Bluetooth and your phone and so forth up to it. Don't know if it comes with a navigation system also. I think that might be one of the pluses that Honda have over it, even though I'm not very impressed with the Navi system. I just came back from the mountains of Tennessee, and that navigation system to me was worthless. But anyway, guys, like I said, Cruiseman Garage did a really good comparison between this and the Honda Goldwing. But when it comes to the performance, guys, there is no comparison there. This motorcycle is freaking fast. You know, feels like the Honda Goldwing might be a little bit more maneuverable at slow speed maneuvers, parking lots, and concourses. Like I said, this bike does feel a little bit, I guess they will call it top heavy. Something about it feels a little unsettling at times when I'm coming to a stop, but it might be just a matter of getting used to the bike. Now the side bags, I don't know if I mentioned it yet, but the side bags on this motorcycle does easily come off the bike. So if you're in a parking lot or so, you can take the side bags off. You can take the trunk off. If you're traveling with the motorcycle, you can take the side bags off and use it like luggage going to the hotel. Guys, this bike is it's an interesting motorcycle, man. But at the end of the day, man, I am still digging the 2019 Generation 6 Honda Goldwing. Now, would I own this motorcycle? Most definitely. I think the price point might be a little higher than the Honda Goldwing. But, hey, that smooth acceleration and performance is phenomenal, man. Anyway, guys, I'm going to wrap this video up in the way that I wrap most of my videos up. You know, by saying, man, I don't care what you ride, add some protection to your motorcycle. On this channel, I'm always going to be talking about safety being a priority. But getting into these parking lots and practicing the slow speed maneuvers to stay safe on these bikes, guys, is what it's all about. It's something that I prioritize. Anyway, guys, like I always say, man, it's better you drop your motorcycle in a parking lot or on the concourse than to crash them out there on the streets. Rich, the return rider, with a demo ride of the the Grand America BMW. Out.